everybody? Welcome back to yet another real world topic video with your host, me, the Elite H. We live action. You already know what it is. So, first of all, I want to thank all my viewers, my subscribers, for wanting to see yet another real world topic video. A lot of you have been asking, when's the next real world topic? When's the next real world topic? And I'm like, I got you. I'm going to push it out. I have another one in the works, actually. So, for my first time viewers and, my new subscribers, to give you a rundown, my real world topic videos are just basically that, real world topics. They will not be about anything manga, anime, or video games, anything of the sort. Now, normally they come in the form of a request, and when they come in a request form, if I can relate to the topic, it makes the video that much more easier. Now, the other type of videos are just when I want to speak out on something just, from the heart. But this right here really, pertains to me, this satanic statue that's to be unveiled here in Detroit, my hometown where I was born and raised. Now, of course, the story goes as follows. Oh man, let's see. This right here was a shocker to me. Now, this satanic statue, it's the statue, I believe, Baphomet or Baphomet, it's pronounced so many different ways. It's the picture in the thumbnail. You see the man with the goat head, and you have the star behind him, and we have the two kids, looking up at the statue. And the thing is, with this, it was to be revealed by the Satanic Temple. That's the name of the group. It's to be revealed downtown Detroit. Now, the statue isn't going to be put up here in Detroit. It's going to be put in Oklahoma City next to the Ten Commandments. And this has caused a lot of concern within the Detroit community, and including just Michigan, period. But a lot of people the little bit of people who know about this, they've contacted me and asked me, how did I feel about this? So I'm going to discuss how I feel about it, and how would you feel about it if it was to be put up in your hometown, and plus to give more insight on what the statue really means. Now, with this statue being revealed, the news then spread it all throughout the Detroit community. And naturally, there are a lot of churches in Detroit. So when you hear, when you have these churches, these group of Christians and Baptists and Jehovah's Witnesses and etc., when you hear about that, when they hear about it, naturally they're like, oh no, we can't have that. That's crazy. That's unacceptable. Oh no. So now what they're doing, with the protest, they're planning on protesting against the unveiling. The unveiling, I believe, is scheduled to be on the 25th of this month, July 25th. So it says right here, the Satanic Temple in Detroit is going to unveil the Baphomet statue at the famous Eastern Market location. But of course, you have church leaders who are freaking out about it and demanding it to not be allowed. And it says right here, Detroit church leaders are rallying against the satanic statue that is slated to come to the city. The Satanic Temple is expected to unveil the statue at the popular Eastern Market later this month, calling it a satire and a mockery this is said by Reverend David Bullock, pastor of Greater St. Matthew Baptist Church. He says this is not an issue of freedom of religion. I'm going to get all that later on. It says this is not even a real religion in my estimation, Bullock told WWJ's Vicky Thomas. They're bringing a Baphomet statue to the city of Detroit, elevating Satan. Now, this is the thing. First thing first, you have people who believe in Satan. You have people who do not believe in Satan. Basically, you have believers and non-believers. Now, clearly, this is about the believers. But for people who worship God and praise God and just, look down on Satan and don't want anything to do with Satan, they need to realize this is a freedom of speech, freedom of religious speech. Because this satanic group, they have said, and they are saying, and they're proving that, hey, you Christians can have churches, you Jehovah's Witnesses can have halls, y'all can have statues of Jesus, statues of angels, etc. So why can't we have our satanic statues? That's basically what they're saying. And no matter, and I'm sorry to say it, no matter how much these Christians protest against this, it's nothing they can do about it. Nothing. Not a damn thing. I mean, they can protest, but it's not going to stop anything at all. I mean, there were threats about it, the statue being burnt down, vandalized, damaged, all those type of things. Now, the way I feel about it, okay, when I first heard about it, it made me shake my head like, oh hell. This is why it made me shake my head. Because of the fact that Detroit, by many, especially outsiders, they have a negative outlook on Detroit. Yes, I get it. And I know the crime in Detroit is high. You know, this is not a skeptically, you know, super happy, safe city. I get it. But Detroit has and had a lot of positive historical things going on with it. You know, there have been some legendary things that have went down in this city. Now, contrary to your belief, I've never been robbed. I've never been shot. I've never been shot at. I've never been stabbed. All these classic things that people look at Detroit as just a negative satire. That's never happened to me. I'm not saying it can't happen. And yes, I do know people where those things have happened to them, but it's never happened to me. Yes, we have our good festivals, our good concerts, our good sports events, games. You know, we have a couple of conventions that happen every year. There are actually some good parts in Detroit. You know, more bad than good, but you know, every city, every state in this country has crime in it and has bad parts, just some more than others. So when you have the media that portrays Detroit, especially to the eyes of these outsiders, they look at Detroit like, oh man, that place is horrible, it's scary, it's unsafe. There's actually people. Now, YumaCon, for the ones who don't know, it's an anime convention that happens every year in Detroit. You know, they didn't pick nor the city in Michigan to move it to. It didn't start out in Detroit, but they moved it to Detroit. You know, of course, a bigger city, downtown. You know, it started out in the GM Center, you know, the Renaissance Center, and it just escalated to now it's in the Renaissance Center and Cobo Hall in downtown Detroit because it grows very well. It grows fast. And on the list of 100, on the top 100 conventions in America, YumaCon is number 9. Yes, here in Detroit. So that's pretty damn good. Anyway, my thing is this. People on the actual YumaCon page, I've seen them say they were concerned or scared about coming to Detroit, to YumaCon. You know, just because, you know, they hear, oh man, for the longest, we've held the title, you know, the murder capital. You know, they just, they're just afraid just off that name alone. Now, yes, we had our fair share of episodes on the first 48 or whatnot, but there are some good things to offer with Detroit. There are some bad things as well. I mean, a lot of movies were filmed here and take place here in Detroit. Things, just movies I did not know, and sitcoms I never knew. I found the long list. I mean, just a couple of Transformers movies, The Crow, you know, Beverly Hills, just so many things. The Island, Evil Dead, just so many things that took place in cities near Detroit or in Detroit. So, with that statue, the reason why it made me shake my head was because already this is going to just put another negative look on Detroit. This is going to give people more ammunition to say bad things about Detroit, to not want to come to Detroit, to throw dirt on Detroit's name, you know, or more dirt on Detroit's name. And the reason why I'm not flipping out over it like these churches are is because, like I say in my Bleach reviews, and I'm going to say it here because this applies to everything. One's lack of knowledge can cloud your judgment. Do you all really know the history of that statue? I bet all those people in that church those churches don't even know the history behind that church. They just figure, oh, it's a group of Satan worshipers and they carved this statue, or for years, you know, these Satan worshipers, oh, this is how Satan looks, you know, let's make this statue and worship it. Yeah, I get it. You know, they say, you know, in the Bible, the Christians, in the Bible it says, you know, not to worship any idol, any statue, anything, you know, for God is a jealous God. But my thing is, it doesn't even stand for what the Christians think it stands for. Now you have some Satanists saying that we don't even worship Satan. They say they don't worship Satan, and they actually claim the statue doesn't mean nothing bad at all. But the Christians feel, but the churchgoers feel, anything that the Satanists are supporting or looking at as in a positive way or elevating, it's bad. So these churchgoers, they're like, forget the origins of the statue. The Satanists got their hand on it, and they want to display it. They want to worship it. They want to reveal it, and they want to put it next to the 10 Commandments. So it's bad. So I found out a certain update regarding the statue. Oh yeah, the statue is going to be about 8 to 9 feet tall, made out of all bronze. I believe the budget was $100,000 or $200,000 to make the statue. But this is what I found out. You know, oh, you can actually buy tickets, tickets to see it, to see the statue. Now, the protest that was going to happen at July 25th, on July 25th, I was actually going to try to go down there and do some filming to get people's thoughts on it and everything. But come to find out, it has been semi-canceled. And this is what it says right here. It says, the Satanic Temple, a group of advocates for the separation of church and state, will release the location of the unveiling on the day of the event. The details will be sent to ticket holders only. The group's co-founder, Lucian Greaves, told the Associated Press Monday. It says tickets are going to be pre-ordered to cut down on harassment. People have been threatening to burn the venue down, and we've gotten thousands of these kinds of messages. And he goes on to further state, if you don't want to come, you don't need to come. And right there, I agree with him on that part. I mean, it's just like certain animes and mangas I don't read or watch. I don't like it, I'm not going to read and watch it. Certain songs I don't like. If I don't want to listen to it, I'm not going to listen. So he Greaves goes on to report the threats to the authorities. But the thing is, it says right here, the statue was to have been unveiled on July 25th. This is why I'm getting to where it got temporarily canceled. At Burt's Marketplace in Detroit's Eastern Market District. But Burt Deering, the guy behind Burt's Marketplace, he gave the group back its $3,000 rental fee when he learned who booked the place. So here you have Burt Deering. He found out what? A satanic group want to unveil a statue here? He said no, he gave it back. Now that was the most damage they can do. That's the most they can fight back, you know. So now you have the person who's in charge of the warehouse. He has the power, because he has the power to say, no, you're not going to unveil your statue here. But however, he can't stop them from unveiling it anywhere else in Detroit, or anywhere else in Michigan, or any other cities in Michigan. That's why it clearly says it's going to be a secret location revealed to the ticket holders on the natural day of the unveiling. So July 25th, there will not be no unveiling at the Burt's warehouse, but there will be an unveiling, but it's a secret to all ticket holders, you know. So it says right here, Detroit is a very religious area, Deering said. When I rented the place, I just thought it was a church. I didn't know about the unveiling of a statue. We weren't aware that we're into devil worshiping. It says the Satanic Temple in Detroit co-founder Jet Blackmore said the group doesn't worship Satan, but does promote individuality, compassion, and views that differ from Christian and conservative beliefs. Let me read that again. The Satanic Temple Detroit chapter founder Jet Blackmore has said the group does not worship Satan, but does promote individuality, compassion, and views that differ from Christian and conservative beliefs. So, right there. One thing that I said before, these churches and halls need to understand is that freedom of speech, freedom of religious speech, it's nothing they can do. The statue's gonna still get revealed. Excuse me. The statue, like I said, is not gonna stay here in Detroit, even if it was. Look, for people who are gonna come through Detroit or who live in Detroit, don't go near the statue. Don't go down the street. I mean, I know they're thinking like, oh man, this is gonna be another thing to worry about in Detroit. First we have the crime, the violence, now we have this. But to me, it doesn't fully bother me because the history about it. It's not even the origins of that statue, the symbol, who made it, where it came from. It does not symbolize anything that the believers really think that it symbolizes. You know, it is a deep history behind that, and their lack of knowledge is clouding their judgment. Now, am I a believer? Yes, I'm a believer. I tend to say, you know, I'm more spiritual than religious. Some say religion, it just divides people. But my thing is, overall, I believe it's about respect and love. You know, just show and give the respect. I respect believers and non-believers. I know some non-believers. I'm actually cool with non-believers. I'm not a person, just because you are not a non-believer, I'm not going to treat you like an alien. I'm not going to keep you at arm's length. I just respect your beliefs and ideals, or shall I say non-beliefs, and I would just hope you would respect mine. I'm not going to push my beliefs on you, and don't push your non-beliefs on me, because you're not going to change my mind. I'm not trying to change yours. But for the believers, but just because you are a believer, don't mean that you're, you know, high and mighty. I've had believers steal from me. I have believers lie to me. I have believers betray me. I have believers, you know, piss me off. I've wanted to fight believers before, you know? So, all in all, we're human. Whether if you believe in God or not, I believe it's about just being human, having a good amount of your integrity, showing your respect, the love, the care, because, hey, we only have one life to live. So, I figure, live right. If you say there's no good people on earth, hell, be one yourself. Start the trend if you really believe there's no good people on earth. So the statue, it doesn't bother me. Not really at all. Hell, like I said, it's not even going to stay here. It's just going to be unveiled at a secret location. It might not even make the news because it's a secret location. And if it does make the news, hey, we'll see how it goes. They actually still trying to protest. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the elites. How would you feel if any satanic statue were to be revealed in your hometown or up the street from your block? You know, would it bother you? Would you care? Would you not care? Whether if you're a believer or not. Give me your thoughts, comments, and concerns. Thank you so much for watching this video. It's me, your host, the Elite Ace, signing out.